All right. Thanks for listening to GenreBot, everybody. I should get into our plugs, right?
Yeah.
We do plugs
Go
next.
for it.
Sure.
So you want to check out... we have new iTunes up.
Guys!
That's pretty awesome. You
Guys!
probably wanna check that.
What's
Leave us a
this?
good
What's
review.
going on?
Who's this attractive person? It's Andrew from the
What's
future. Listen, you guys, there's a problem with the audio. You need to redo the entire episode.
What? What'd you
Dude,
do?
why did you tell us to do that? What? Look,
Wait.
do you want to spend... You've got an
Wait,
ecology
hang on.
paper to write.
If you're from the future...
What?
If you're from the future, why don't you just come back and save the audio?
What do you mean?
Time travel fail, Andrew.
I'm gonna stab myself in the face that then you won't have a face. How will you feel about that? I won't like that. I won't like that at all. Okay?
Are you trying to be two Andrews right now? Because your
I
voice
am
is
two
different.
different
Ruined the bit.
I'm only
You're not
from
trying hard
a
enough with
day
You
in.
destroyed the illusion.
I'm only from like a day into the future. My
Yeah.
voice hasn't changed at all. Well, you know what?
Andrew,
You're an idiot.
Andrew, let's be fair.
Ow.
It takes you way more than a day to do your job.
Hey everyone, you're listening to GenreBot, the group writing machine. I'm Adam. Tell me, Doctor, where are we going this time?
Caught in a loop. Hi, and I'm... Nah, but I'm Vic.
I'm Andrew. I am...
Exterminate!
And this episode, we're joined by a very special guest. Do you want to say hello?
Hi, I'm Matt. I haven't prepared a time joke yet.
Yes.
Yet. Yeah. And as you've probably guessed by our time-based humor, this episode's theme is wacky time travel.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Nice.
Whoa.
And this one was mine.
Yes.
Yes, it was. Do you want to prep us, set us off the open up the time stream, turn on that time faucet?
Okay, that's enough.
Matthew, you serve a very, very useful purpose that is normally not here.
Oh, and
He holds my
for our
chain.
listeners, as you know, the three of us are cousins. This is another one of our cousins, and happens to be Andrew's brother.
Whoa, our names even match.
Yes, there is another one.
There is another.
So if Andrew turns to the dark side, we can always just recruit.
I mean, where do you
All
think
right,
I
anyway.
am? I'm always on the dark side.
All right. So
I was
If I'm
gonna
not
say,
the dark
so
side, I don't
time
want to
travel-
be dark
no.
side, Andrew.
let's go. So time travel is obviously a pretty big genre. There's a lot of different ways you could approach time travel. It could be, I'm just going to save time and say it could be literally any other genre. But our particular brand of time traveling storytelling today is going to be wacky comedy time travel, which has been done a lot of times before. Obviously, Back to the Future has many different elements, one of them being comedy. Hot Tub Time Machine, Austin Powers, Bill and Ted, that kind of thing. They're all pretty much just, they still have rules, like time travel has rules. There are a lot of different schools of thought on time travel. We'll get to that later in our episode. But the general premise is, for these kind of movies, it's pretty much always, the main characters are usually just kind of like your average people. And then there's like one person that, is whoever comes up with the time travel. There's one Time Lord character of some sort, scientist or otherwise. And there's some wacky adventure that involves usually the past, but sometimes the future. Sometimes both. So that's pretty much it. That's what we're going for.
Should we dress the elephant in our room, our time travel background or foreground? If you
Sure,
Whoa.
and I'll do it since I'm the only one that's not a part of it. Just letting you in on a few little in-jokes here. There was a YouTube channel that these three wacky kiddos started a few years ago, and it was called The Time Guys.
You emphasized it
And
wrong.
it was actually pretty. It was funny. I liked it. I helped out on a couple episodes, and you can.
Yeah, basically it was a Back to the Future
Yeah,
parody with Matthew as the Marty surrogates, myself as the Doc surrogates, and Andrew as everyone else.
It was pretty cool.
He played a variety of characters from a caveman all the way to Lewis and/or
Right.
Clark.
To death,
Yeah.
to Charles Darwin. I was Julius Caesar.
Yeah.
I was Julius Caesar, and I killed Charles Darwin in an episode.
Well, and if you're
we
curious
didn't-
about that, especially after you listen to this episode, and if you'd like to hear more of these crazy antics with these guys, check out the channel on on Adam's YouTube channel, Adam's Universe.
Yeah, that's
right?
his old channel.
Yeah, my old
That's
YouTube
right.
channel.
So check it out.
Yeah, we've plugged both of Adam's
Cool.
YouTube channels
Matt,
now.
you're gonna say something?
So this is the part that where we introduce our original characters.
Yay!
So
Yay!
who wants to go first?
Woohoo. Victor, I think you've got to go first because it's your topic.
Okay.
Doesn't this always
all right.
happen?
Yeah,
Well,
we always fight.
I
over
wasn't counting on that. So
Okay,
I think
we
it's,
don't have to. Yeah,
Okay,
no,
that's
there's
fine.
no set of
Someone- Matthew,
despite
you're-
Adam's
No, no,
insistence
no.
that there are rules. There are no rules to who goes first.
No, I'll go first, but it's going to be a lot funnier now
That's
because it's you'll see.
Are you sure you want to go first?
Yes, I'll
Okay.
do it.
It's
okay.
in stone.
But there is something about my character that's going to have to change.
It's okay. It's time travel. We can change
okay.
anything. Did you see like Terminator
So-
Genesis? We changed the
Here we go.
Terminator movies to be bad.
I think you misspelled Genesis.
Oh, yes, of course.
All right, so my character. See, and I'll preface this by saying I'm trying really hard not to get into like a niche of what I come up with because I usually come up with either the villain or I don't know. So
That's good because I'm trying to break the format as well.
jeez.
So as long as everyone's breaking the format, we're
well,
in good
I don't
hands.
know what I'm
here's
doing.
the thing. My
think
character's
mine's
name is Jebediah, and he is from the year 1864.
Oh, okay.
and he is actually the distant relative of Adam's character.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know his last name yet because I haven't heard Adam's character. But according to family legend, the stories have it that he had an affair with his best friend's wife and was estranged from the rest of the family and kicked out of town in disgrace.
Oof.
So there you go.
Nice.
So he's just is he like a countryman, like a farmer? Dude?
I pictured
Or am I being
I pictured him
presumptive?
being sort of like a deadbeat kind of like cowboy wannabe. You know, like
that's cool.
maybe drinks a little bit, like likes to have a good time, but like doesn't really work that hard and was kind of like a family embarrassment kind of guy. But really deep down he wasn't so bad.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
that's very
Is that
unlikely.
like
He's
is this like
likable.
a Nicolas Cage National Treasure type thing where it's like, I need to clear my ancestor's name. He didn't kill Lincoln. Oh yeah, what
That
if he
could be
killed Abraham Lincoln?
All right.
I don't know. It could be anything. I just that's there
Alright.
he is. That's
I
want
want to go next because my
Alright.
character matches Victor's bizarrely well.
Oh,
no.
interesting. Let's hear it.
A sleazy entrepreneur from the year 4015. He's come back into... Yeah,
How
All right.
does that go with mine?
no, you're from the past, I'm from the future, is how it complements.
Okay.
What's the year?
4015.
I don't even know what the world is going to be like in that year.
Well,
Like,
let me tell you, he's come back in time to sell
Yeah.
a primitive populist future technology, then skip town as soon as time travel is invented. The trouble is, he only brought back one of everything, and neither he nor anyone else he can find can reverse engineer any of it for mass marketing. It's too advanced. The only thing he was able to do was pumpkin-flavored coffee. It turns out that's actually pretty simple to make. And his name is Isaac Googleson, which is a pretty common name in the future. That's Isaac, spelled lowercase I, capital S, A, C.
I was hoping that you would clear
I
that
got
up.
the spelling right, but I did not get the letters right.
Yeah, I was hoping you would clear that up. Okay, so we got like Apple and Googleson. I'm assuming is spelled the way you think
Yeah,
it is.
it's not like they've taken over the world. It's just like that's a pretty common name in the future.
There's already
They have a lot of
a
children.
person named Facebook somewhere out there in the wild blue yonder.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Great.
There's also an unfortunate kid
Oh,
named Tumblr.
I love it. Now, Adam, we have a unique
So-
opportunity here. You.
Yes, we do. But first, does Matthew want to chime in with his character?
I don't know. Well, what was the unique idea? I don't want to pull away from that.
Well, I was gonna
What do you mean,
say if Adam's character's last name was Googleson, it could be a distant ancestor. And
I actually did not give my character a last.
Well,
surname.
darn.
I only gave him a first
Huh.
name, so we might be able
How,
to make that
though?
work somehow.
That's not like a name now.
it could be. Well, hold on.
Hang
it could
on,
be like how
let's-
the immigrants changed their name.
Oh, it could be like
Like-
Godson or something, or like a real name,
Well,
maybe.
let's come
Yeah.
back to it. Go ahead, Adam. What do you got?
Matthew, why don't you give us your character first?
Well, see, my character is more of a, it's more of the current time, but only a little bit into the future. It takes place in 2018.
All right.
Ricky Stevenson is a middle-aged man from Kentucky with a strong sense of national pride, and after Donald Trump becomes president, he begins his plans building a wall between the U.S. and Mexico, and this enrages all the immigrants, and eventually it starts the second Spanish-American War.
Spain isn't involved, Matt.
Which, well, I mean,
I've seen your grades. They're really
Spanish-speaking
good. How did this
American
happen?
War.
you know what? I didn't.
Hold on.
Okay.
No. We got
Homework.
Don't
we
shoot
got
him
good
down.
stuff here. All right, so we got
Come on.
Ricky
Alright.
Stevenson from the year 2018. He's a middle-aged man from Kentucky.
Yep.
And a future.
He's got 1997 more reasonable years between his
In,
idea and yours.
So in a future where Trump is president and they're building the wall down at Mexico. All right.
So basically, he just sees America. It's all the national pride in the country is gone. It's running more and more into war debts, and then he takes it upon himself to save the nation by traveling back in time and running for president himself.
Ah, that's cool. He's very cool.
Possibilities. All right, Adam, it's all you, man. Let's hear it.
All right. So my character is also from the future.
Oh,
I don't think this.
Oh, yes.
Guys, I think we've run into a problem.
No, it's all right. Keep going.
He is it's a very simple idea that I had for him. He's an assassin from the future.
Okay.
His name is Lenz. Lenz. You see, Lenz was, he is a part of his design. He's got like kind of bionic implants type of dude.
He's from Shadowrun.
Very capable, very powerful, very deadly. You see, he was designed in a year when time travel was invented. And once that invention came to mind by like the government, by the public, they knew it was wrong. Something was wrong with it. This wasn't morally correct. Our entire reality could shatter because of this invention. So, he was sent into the time stream to basically locate rips in the timeline and destroy the time travel device. He has a unique power, which is whenever there's a rip in the space-time continuum, when someone time travels, he's able to detect that time and enter it, and basically enter it. So, say if you had a time machine, you went back to the 1500s, that you would leave kind of a trail behind, a scent, and he can detect that, appear in that timeline, and track you down. That's his job, and then return to the time.
So hold on,
stream.
I think I missed a little piece here. So he's an assassin from
Sure.
the future, bionic implants, all that crazy Terminator stuff. He was sent to destroy the time travel device in the past.
In the future. Yes. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
I got the tense wrong on that. That's going to be a recurring theme, I'm certain.
All right, so, okay, who sent him? Or is that unsure?
I didn't specify. Like I said, it could be behind the scenes government when they're like, time travel is going to could mess up our entire
now,
reality.
do you have like a ballpark what year he's from?
I didn't. I wanted to keep it vague, in case whatever years you guys were going to throw out. So I could probably, won't be hard to send him in the 4000s to match.
Yeah,
with
I'm
Andrew.
thinking that.
I'm thinking like he's after my guy because my guy's pretty much just like setting up a scam. Like he's setting up a pyramid scheme.
Oh wait,
Yeah, you sound exactly like the kind of
but
person
guys,
you would go after.
this works perfectly because Andrew's character, pulls a Prometheus move and goes to the past to give them technology. And yeah, okay, maybe a lot of it doesn't work, but maybe one of them is a time travel device.
What if it's the pumpkin flavored coffee?
It could be both. No, but I'm just saying.
Andrew, there's a problem with your hybrid ideas. I've been noticing. you don't hybridize two compatible items.
All right. Well, no, like I think that works though.
Yeah, that could be.
And
it,
I
really.
think
The pumpkin spice thing can just be a joke.
Well, hold on.
Yes.
This works. Well, it has to be a comedy, so we don't want to get too serious here. But
No, I just one more thing to throw out
go
about
ahead.
the character. I thought it's a really cool thing about his design. He wears a pair of fourth dimensional goggles, which allow him to see, like, I didn't specify the range, but it allows him to see events in a certain like time period, which gives him kind of like a skill as an assassin. So he could like he could rewind time, see which direction did he go.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
kind
neat.
of his line of sight.
I see
You know
what
what I'm saying?
Yeah. Your
Alright,
character's
so-
actually
Or
really
he's like-
cool.
Does he come back to this place?
So I'm looking at
yeah.
so I'm
thanks.
looking at all the pieces here, and I see two guys from the same futuristic year, and both of them already in
Yes.
their stories have going to the past. One to give technology away, and one to destroy it. We've got a guy who I think, you know what? I think Matt's guy is going to be the main character here, pretty obviously.
That's what I felt when I was reading
So
that. You did
did
it,
it.
Matthew.
I sure did.
My
No,
son.
I could change this and make it that my guy is Matt's ancestor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
That-
works pretty well.
That would
Makes a
probably
little more
work
sense.
way better.
Mm.
So
Yes.
Especially
It also
combined
is
with
cool
I just-
because
see, I know that like Adam always comes up with the hero, so I wanted to do something to somehow derail that.
Which
I
didn't happen this
know
time.
I'm gonna have to try harder next
see,
time.
Yeah. Next time, just say you're the relative of the hero's character.
That's true. Could do that.
See, it's neat
Yeah.
that Matthew's guy, is from just 3 years in the future, because my guy's thing is he's going to skip town as soon as time travel's invented, because then everybody will, like, catch on, like, wait a minute. This guy wasn't inventing stuff, he was just selling us, like, the quantum toaster, which someone else invented. That's illegal.
Hey, hang on, did Andrew cut out there?
For a second.
Okay,
but-
am I back?
Andrew, you there?
Yep,
Is he?
Oh,
it wasn't important.
That's okay.
Wait, I'm not
We'll
back?
bring him back
Oh god.
with the
What do I
Matthew.
do?
Wave your hands
No.
around.
Ooh, time travel. He was
Whoa,
never
I'm
gone.
back.
Andrew, when you leave that in.
Okay.
That's gold.
I was planning on leaving it in anyway.
Perfect.
All right.
Time stream
so-
split up for a bit
okay,
there.
so I think we've got a great set of characters here, guys. I think we're ready
we
to
do.
start writing. So
Yeah, can I just chime in? I also originally when you said that right at the beginning of the podcast you said that it was going to be a wacky time travel comedy, and before that I was like, oh shoot, I better change my plan, because originally he was going to assassinate Donald Trump, and I was like, well, that's not funny.
then I made the assassin
Yeah.
from the future.
Yeah.
And then you're like, wait.
Yeah, Adam, the real
assassination's
tragedy
okay?
there is your character's pretty awesome, but we're gonna have to make him, like, kind of comical. Like, he might be, like, have you seen...
You can deck him
have you
out in
seen-
like the craziest
Oh,
sci-fi
yeah. Have you seen
outfit
Tommy
you've ever
Boy?
seen.
Well,
I
like,
haven't. Is it?
I have.
yeah, Chris Farley's stepbrother in that. That's who I picture him being like.
Is Tommy Boy the one where he fights a bunch of guys?
I'm pretty
in
sure
the
that's-
hallway
Dude, that's
with the
Rob.
hammer?
That's Rob Lowe.
Yeah, that's Rob Lowe.
Yeah.
Tommy Boy is the one
Okay.
with Callahan Auto Parts.
I was referencing
Oh.
Old Boy myself, but that okay.
All right. So
Okay then, let's.
All right. So now before we get started, I think that it started with the writing part. We need to discuss something briefly. There are a
Yes.
couple main theories to time travel as far as like how to tell a time travel story. I thought about this actually, and from what I can recall, these like time travel comedies usually follow the rule of whatever you do in the past will change the future. Like it will change what things are like when you get back to the present. And
That seems fair enough.
yeah, I mean, because there's another popular one where it's like you think you're changing things, but then you go back and you realize that that's actually how it's been all along. So time is infinitely cyclical. And
Bill and
you
Bill
know.
and Ted.
You were always meant
Bill
to
and
do
Ted
that.
exactly.
actually managed to like utilize that, where they were like sneaking through a room and they needed a tape recorder or something playing some distraction. It's like, dude, why don't we just remember to go back and hide a tape recorder there? Yeah, let's do that. And then like they have a tape recorder there suddenly.
Nice.
Yeah. No, Bill and Ted, probably the big, takes time travel the most casual, I'd say. I'm just like, there's the scene where their future selves show up and they're like, no, man, it's cool. Just do it.
Well,
it's great.
yeah, so
That's
like,
another thing. There's
so,
no
I mean, if we
problem
want to
with
go
running
with that,
into
that's
your
fine. I
futures.
just figured I just so that we're on record, I wanted to say like there are other theories, and and
Yes.
Back to the Future actually gets pretty complicated with their theories, and
Yeah, and how it ripples, but slowly
Yeah.
ripples, and like ripples according to the amount of time that's displaced, or the bigger
yeah,
the
and I
change,
like that.
it's
Yeah, I
very
like
technical.
it, but I feel like I want to go kind of more of the like
Simple.
hot
The
tub
first
time
one?
machine kind of route,
Hmm.
where it's just
Yeah, where it's just
crazy,
like-
like more of a personal story.
Right. Like, we don't have to Chris Nolan anything. It's
Okay.
like time travel works where it's like you can go back into time and change things, or maybe not. Who cares?
Yeah, and I think time travel movies is very important to have a linear storytelling
Yeah.
with that. Non-linear storytelling
Hmm.
does not mix with time travel.
So what's the device?
Oh, yeah.
That's a good question. Matthew, you're our guest. What kind of time travel device?
I think there should be different
Well,
time
it's gotta be
travel.
Andrew.
I was gonna.
Come on, Andrew. He was about to
All
open
right,
his
Andrew, ready? 60 seconds of silence. Matt, go.
you're being put in
Clock's
the penalty
on.
box.
Here we
So,
go.
I don't know. I mean, it has to be something zany that's not just like or it could just be a generic machine where you walk into it, or maybe an elevator or
Elevator?
Something,
Yeah, okay.
Something along
Is
those
the
lines.
past
bad.
up or down?
The past would be down.
What would be the coolest time travel device?
The coolest,
A sword. What would be the
Ooh.
lamest?
probably like a rubber band or something.
Yes, a rubber band or
Yes.
something. So that's our spectrum. Do we want to fall in the middle of it, or
I have
like,
an
you know,
idea, but
are you-
I'm not going to hazard it yet.
Okay. Well, is that the end of the extent that you got, Matthew? Is that
Yeah,
those your thoughts?
that's pretty
All
much
right,
all I got.
great.
Okay.
Now, Victor, you have 15 seconds before Andrew
Okay.
comes back.
So I'm going to use Andrew's idea of the pumpkin flavored coffee, and I'm going to say that Isaac Googleson actually smuggled the time traveling device into the past by shoving it inside of a coffee machine, and lost it. So then, when Ricky Stevenson is going to work one fateful day and just makes himself an innocent cup of coffee, it turns out that by drinking it, he activates the device and sends
Nanobots.
himself tumbling
Back.
through time.
I was just
Andrew?
going to shout the word nanobots. I'm back.
Nice.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think that's cool.
Yeah.
Time traveling coffee
Yeah,
machine.
It works
not
because
bad.
the
But
nanobots.
you have to drink the
Sounds like
coffee.
title.
Yeah, there's nanobots in the coffee.
Okay, it makes sense. In the laws that there are no laws.
Well, it's like, look, there is no time travel yet, so we can pretty much make up the rules. Like that's kind of how it
Yes.
usually goes.
I
I mean,
was
like
gonna-
Hot Tub Time Machine was one of my favorite ways of just being like, look, we want to tell a time travel story, and we don't care like what it is. Like, just, yeah,
Doesn't
like
matter.
it's fine. Like, just the story isn't the machine.
Yes.
So.
What
that
I was
works
going to say
well.
when I interrupted
Okay,
Matthew,
and
and
so-
now I'm interrupting Adam, is yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. What I was going to
I can
say
take it.
is that there should be different time
'Cause
travel
he's the hero
devices.
this podcast needs.
I think we're all good.
Yep.
Okay.
What were you saying?
I think there should be different time travel devices for the different eras. Okay, now go ahead, Matthew. Space elevator, or rubber band, or something. Good. Now, Victor, the pumpkin spice. All right.
Space elevator rubber band.
Yeah, pumpkin
Dude, that's
spice could
totally
be
gonna be my next
Ricky
band name.
Stevenson's.
Space elevator rubber band. Dude, that's on record. You all heard it.
It's not as good as mine and Matthew's band. Kablam! There it is.
See, that's, no.
That's
an
the album. The band
That's
name is
totally
Hot
an
Cheese
album.
Sandwich. We're gonna be big.
There it is.
I think my favorite hypothetical
Yeah.
band name I ever came up with was Free Whales on Sundays.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
All right, back to the
Okay,
story.
so I think first scene of the movie is definitely, I want one of those future scenes. One of the scenes of some distant
like the Terminator
future
with like
when
the tanks and
Oh, could we
Sort of like
do
that.
like
Maybe
a parody of that? Like instead of stepping on a skull, like you step on something else.
Actually, I think it would be funnier if it's 2,000 years from now
Coffee
and
mug.
things actually aren't even really different.
Yeah, that's about right.
and
the
like
opposite of Back to the
like
Future 2.
Isaac is just going to work, just like the same as Ricky.
No, but they call everything
Like,
like,
you know-
oh, I'm going to future work down the future street in my future car.
No.
Hey, it's,
Yeah, that's great. That's
it's been
wacky time
2,000
travel.
years, man. You don't know
Okay,
how like
okay.
slang has like changed.
Yeah. Future
And
just means
change back.
normal in the future.
But there needs to be a bunch of really dumb
Yeah.
things that seem really weird until you realize, oh, well, that's probably just because it's the future. You know, like he goes to work and like walks in the door, and the first thing he does is like, take off his shirt and like stick it against the wall, and you're like, what the hell? And it's like,
Then he fist bumps while going up the elevator. But it's not an elevator; it's a ball, and it doesn't. It actually just throws you around when it goes. It's very inefficient.
like instead of an elevator, the building actually just moves up and down, and you
Yeah.
stay in one spot.
Oh yeah, that's much better.
This is a very Jetsonian
It
future.
needs-
Daffy Duck House.
You know, it needs to be like Futurama, where it looks like it's more advanced technology, but not actually like real like innovations. Yeah, it's
Nothing's
not
better.
really.
Life.
Yeah,
life
yeah,
is the same.
like the travel tubes in Futurama, where it's like they would probably cause way more problems than they would solve, but they look futuristic. Like that's got to be it.
Yeah. A lot of that stuff. I was thinking, all right, and then in the future, someone else, not important to the plot, has a time device, a time machine of some kind, and you see, and Lens comes out of it, and just like takes it and breaks it and says, "I'm a protector of the future."
Oh wait, I see what you're saying. Wait.
Wait,
So maybe in 4015 there's like this they're going through this phase where Lens keeps showing up and destroying technology. And so
Okay.
so it's
Yeah,
like
that could work.
so like Ricky goes to work in like his brand new car and he's all like, finally I can show off to the guys, and then Lens shows up and just smashes it and just goes like, yeah, those cars become sentient, it's a real mess.
Just trust
Yeah.
me, everything is a trap.
And he's
Yeah,
like,
that's pretty
oh
cool. Yeah, so,
God, that guy, oh.
we meet Ricky in the,
So-
in the
so he
present
just-
day.
Or it's like
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
in 3063, everything
Yeah.
became sentient, and we had to make all new technologies. Like printers, they're gone. Now we have like just like a little bird in a box that writes our stuff for us, but it's like a space bird, so it's technology still.
That's like that
Uh-huh.
fan theory
So-
for Aladdin.
Oh yeah,
where
like
it's
that.
like it's actually the distant
I said-
future, like post-apocalyptic.
I've heard this fan theory, but
Yeah.
I think a simpler explanation is that the genie can time travel.
That is simpler.
I think the simple explanation is
No,
Disney.
see,
Disney didn't think this through.
The genie is so magical that he has fourth dimensional
Hmm.
properties. There you go. So, but anyway, so yeah, present day. It could be Lens is popping up not just everywhere, but only in Ricky's life, because Ricky gets involved with time travel. Therefore, his entire presence is affected by time travel, thus allowing Lens to pop up here and there, and mess up his technology life.
And the only way, so I think like Act 1 needs to be him on the run from Lens.
oh wait, I have an idea here. What if
Yes.
like Isaac Googleson and Ricky Stevenson are like they're friends or something, and they have to reveal to each other that they're actually like time travelers. They're both time travelers from different time periods, and they have to reveal that to each other at some point.
I don't know. I think Ricky's a pretty solid
No, he's
our year.
he's
type
our
dude.
he's our like foundation character.
Audience
He's the present
Right,
day character.
Yeah. But I want, my point is I think Isaac Lenz should kill Isaac for crimes against time travel early on, or at least, like, throw him in prison or something, and just, like, remove him from the equation for a bit so stuff can happen.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Maybe that time travel stuff that he busts in the future could be him putting Isaac in prison. Yeah, and then you cut the present day. You have Ricky, and then all of a sudden this Lens guy starts showing up.
And Isaac is there actually, and we get to show him, like, we show him being imprisoned and then later arrested, because that's how time travel is.
Right. No, you see Isaac back in the present day doing stuff around then, and and one of those things happens to be hiding his time travel device in the coffee machine that belongs to Ricky.
Okay, so there's like two different factors outside of Ricky's life, and they're both trying to influence him one way or the other.
Yep, and we have Ricky, the big reveal when Ricky discovers time travel.
Ricky's just caught in the crossfire between Isaac and Lens. That's going to be our premise, and then it's like I said, like Act 1's going to be him just on the run. I know our names are really dumb this time.
Matt, our names normally aren't that bad.
No,
our names are usually 10 out of 10.
I like Isaac Googleson.
I like Lens.
It's
with a Z.
cool.
Look,
It's kinda like
let's be honest.
Germany.
Andrew's the only one that thought more than 5 seconds about his name.
Yeah.
Name from the 1800s.
I was intentionally picking like the most cowboyish sounding. All right, but anyway, what I was going to say is okay. So Act 1, like I said, is Ricky just running because he's caught between this whole conflict between Isaac and Lens. All right, and I think that while he's on the run and discovering that this coffee machine is the secret, because every time he time travels, for some reason, it's like sitting right next to him. He's like, "What's going on with this?"
Yeah, it remains next to him.
So, I think that eventually he accidentally stumbles into the past, into like cowboy days, and then it could be all cool, like, future guys fighting cowboys and, bad.
Woo.
This
bad
isn't
jokes.
right.
Like
What happens when he runs out of coffee?
Yeah.
I was about to say that definitely has to be a plot point because that's usually
It's like
pops up in
Spider-Man's
Back to the
web
Future all the time.
shooters.
Like maybe, like those too. Just all that when you don't want it to happen. Yeah, he arrives in the past and it's like, oh no, I ran out of coffee grinds. How do I get
there
back?
isn't going to be a Wawa for at least another 50 years.
If this podcast goes out to people beyond, like, the tri-state area, they're not going to know what that means.
There's not going to be a 7-Eleven with better hoagies.
There's not going to be a
50 years.
Subway that also serves gas, and instead of talking to some person about what kind of random garbage you want on your hoagie, you can touch a computer and make it do whatever you want.
All right, so
There are people.
anyway,
For
so
50
that's good.
years.
So he runs out of coffee grounds, and it's like, now what? Well,
In the Old West.
because as far as he knows, that's how it works. He doesn't realize the device is in the coffee machine. So he's like, I
that's
need.
great. That's a perfect way out too, because now we don't have to spend the whole rest of the movie finding coffee grinds.
So like he thinks he's stuck there, and then eventually he ends up running into maybe Isaac or somebody, and it's like, you moron, it's inside, And here's the funny part. When he tells him, like, you idiot, a coffee machine can't be a time device, you're so stupid, and he pulls it out and it's something even dumber. It's like it's actually like a time traveling like monocle or something. Like, something just really weird and stupid.
Bowling ball.
We do have a history of creating time items.
It has to be small, it has to fit inside the
That's a
coffee
big thing for
filter.
the time, guys.
Haven't you ever seen the magicians with a bowling ball taking out like a briefcase? They fit in very convenient tiny
Briefcase
places.
is larger on the inside. Whoa.
How about a kazoo?
Okay,
Do.
no, it's something small.
It's a
like
kazoo. Time traveling kazoo.
Yeah,
kazoo.
I like kazoo better.
Harmonica. But it makes sense if you only could travel to one time period.
You have to get the.
But
you ha-
don't I think a harmonica means more
you have to get
control?
the
You
pitch
know?
just
Matt,
right.
can you kazoo?
Yeah. I don't know.
Matt,
Matthew, can you
we
back
all
in?
have we all doubt ourselves.
Matt, give
Stop.
us.
Can
Get-
can
Okay, so it's a
We all
harmonica.
doubt ourselves, Matt,
So
but I
anyway,
believe it's within your power
yes.
to kazoo.
So in what act would he actually discover that the machine is inside the
I think we're
Puffinator.
talking late Act 1,
Yeah,
early
yeah.
Act 2.
That's like mid.
Okay.
It seems like a threshold to get crossed.
Yeah, when they're
Like it's not.
they're discovering that's Isaac explained that to
Yeah,
them,
we
right?
gotta
The old
introduce
West.
Isaac relatively early.
Actually, what if?
Yeah,
what if
we did.
Len's? What if he watches Len's kill Isaac, but then he shows up in the Old West anyway, and he's like, "What?"
Hmm.
And it turns out
That could be
this
it, yeah.
is him before he gets killed.
Before he dies. And he might try and
We're
prevent
getting
his
layers
death.
here.
Hmm. Right, but there's a character we haven't introduced yet.
Jebediah Stevenson.
Yep.
So, I think all right. So Act 2 here, where he feels like things have quieted down. You know, he's kind of hiding from Lens and blends in a little bit, and I think he starts to kind of realize that he's near his ancestors, and maybe he actually wait. It should be more like Back to the Future, where he's just randomly doing something, and suddenly Jebediah shows up and wants to fight him or something.
Yeah, just an ironic meetup
You're
like
Mad
that.
Dog
That
Tanning.
could work.
Or like, hey, what kind of pants are you wearing around these parts? Those are city pants.
Hits his head on a fence, and then you see, oh, hey, look, a kid that looks just like me hit his head on the fence.
I guess
Don't
he's
take
my.
too
I guess
kindly.
he's my descendant from the future or something. I don't know.
There was
I may be a
this is a little
simple
off
cowboy.
track. There was an episode of the Justice League cartoon where they go to the Old West, and Jonah Hex is there, and they try to be all delicate. They're like, "Well, we're not from around here." He's like, "I'm guessing you're from the future." And they're like, "How did you know that?" He's like, "I've had an interesting life."
That's pretty good. Yeah, perhaps it could be maybe Jebediah Stevenson has a history with Isaac. Like perhaps Isaac has traveled back to this time period before.
Ooh.
Maybe.
Wait, well, go ahead. What are you gonna say?
Yeah, no. You probably have the same idea I did.
Maybe
Go ahead, say it.
Isaac, because I'm getting the vibe that he's kind of not a great guy.
No, he's sleazy.
Maybe he
No,
had the affair
Slippery.
with the best friend's wife, and it got blamed on Jebediah.
Because he's a descendant
Oh.
of Ricky, and so they all look kind of alike.
So, no, you're mixed
No,
up.
no, no.
here.
Googleson
I'm saying
is also a descendant
No.
of Ricky, and so they all kind of look alike in the same way.
we did not establish that.
Well, I think we brought it up as a joke, but we could just
No. See, no. I don't think I like that idea because
Okay, well, I was just giving an excuse for why he would get
A little
blamed
too deep.
because they look similar.
Yeah, no.
No. What I'm saying is, through some kind of circumstance, Jebediah gets blamed, probably just because of his reputation. Because, like I said, he's probably kind of a sleazeball anyway.
Everyone assumes that he's the bad
Yeah.
guy.
So, and what's
Okay.
cool is now Ricky's there, so he could maybe find out what happened and try to set it all straight. Because time.
Right,
My-
yeah, but
my-
he sees
I just
that
hit an idea wall.
when he learns that Ricky's not from the Old West, of course, and he's like, "Oh, you have time travel device. I can use that for my own ends, which is clearing my
Right.
name."
Yeah, absolutely. Matt,
And he could go back to that time and discover it was Isaac, and he's like, "Oh man, I'm going to get Isaac." But Ricky's like, "No, Isaac's my key to get to the future." So there's a conflict there of interest between, "Oh man, I want to help out my future ancestor, my ancestor," but at the same time, my companion from the future, I wouldn't be able to get back to my own time. So his interest versus my interest.
and meanwhile, Lens goes to a local saloon, and a bunch of guys in there end up buying him drinks and getting him drunk. So he like sees the guys outside and goes to like attack them, but like can't.
Well, when you said Lens goes
Why-
somewhere, the first scene that came into my mind was the scene in Jumanji where the hunter guy goes to like the
Oh,
gun
yeah,
store.
yeah.
Except in
Yeah,
reverse.
no, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Like,
he goes to a weapon place, but he only has like future money.
oh my goodness, what if he goes to like an armory and uses his super futuristic bionic implant stuff to like turn himself into like a steampunk
Ugh,
cyborg.
because nothing says exciting quite like steampunk.
No, yeah, I'm 100% steampunk.
I don't know, Andrew. You don't
I
really
don't
like
like
steampunk that
steampunk,
much.
but I
do you?
like where Victor's going with it. Like, it sounds commercial. I think the kids will like it. The kids, they like the steampunk. They like the Skrillex.
Well, Matthew, there's like a spectrum of steampunk. Having one character is pretty safe.
Yeah.
Now, when you have a whole world where everything's like,
The whole genre.
you're my automatron maid,
Is that a combination?
I got you.
and we're going to the
Is that a
sploofberg.
combination optometrist maid?
I said
Oh, okay.
automatron maid, which is
Time
not
to
something
dust your
I hadn't
corneas,
read
I guess.
I already thought of a book series just listening. There's except it was Diesel Punk. It was a World War One.
Diesel
Diesel Punk's awesome. It should get more attention.
Is Mad Max diesel punk?
It was
You
Yeah.
took the words out of my mouth.
no Diesel
You want
Punk
it
is
back?
just a different era of like okay, listeners, if you're curious, there is a young adult trilogy series. It's called the Leviathan series by Scott Westerfeld. It's very, very cool. It's set in World War One era, and it actually tries to be very accurate to like historical World War One, but it has these like these huge like picture like AT-ATs from Star Wars. Only it looks like something that like it looks like something Russia would have built. You know, like it's hard to explain, but it's illustrated and it's super awesome. But anyway. That's enough of that. Let's keep going.
So back to the matter at hand.
Right.
So we were defining that conflict that between Jebediah, Isaac, and Ricky, and then what Lens shows up with he's now steampunk Lens, and he's going to be causing havoc when they're in the middle of their conflict.
Mhm.
I think Isaac should be just constantly whipping out these sweet futuristic things that we don't know he has. Because I mean, think about it. It's kind of a one-sided fight otherwise.
Yeah.
Like Lens would just trash them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like Isaac needs to, and then I think there needs to be a big showdown where Jebediah and Isaac and Ricky team up and fight Lens, like showdown, like High Noon style.
Yeah, like they fight a common enemy.
Yeah, like that.
That can work.
You got it. So do we want to keep this time travel to the future, the present, and the Old West?
I'm thinking it starts in the future, goes to the present, and then goes in the Old West for Act 2, and then I think it might actually be pretty cool if they all like there's a showdown with Lens, and then they all get dragged back to 4015.
Hmm.
That would be kind of
that's
neat
cool.
because that's something they don't
It's-
do much in these movies.
It starts off in the fight could start off in the Old West, and they're trying to get away from him, so they travel to his time.
Yeah,
in
that's
the
what I'm
future.
saying.
I feel like in order
Yeah,
to
that's
make
cool.
world building easier,
No, I like that idea.
in 4015, there could be it's a moon base. Because it's hard to build an Earth 2,000 years in the future, but any idiot can make a moon base. Moon base.
The moon. I mean, you could, but it depends on what rules of time travel we have about time and space. Because that'd suck if they have to go to the future and then get to the moon for the climax. Like that's a tough bridge
Not
to
really.
cross.
I keep trying to think here. Like we need to make sure that it's still funny. Like
Yeah, we're just
you know.
we seem to be
Yeah,
halfway.
we
So far
have-
it's an action
Like
movie, I think.
we keep trying to tell a good story, but like we need to make sure it's still funny.
Right. Right.
How
much time?
Okay.
How much time have we used
All
up?
of Isaac's schools.
Like 51 minutes.
You mean how much time? Well, we about the first like 5-10 minutes are
for sure.
unusable.
Well, I think that I actually sort of take back what I said, because a lot of these movies do have solid writing. They're just goofy.
Yeah.
So like it's good that we have a
Uh-huh.
good plot going here, but I just think that if we were writing this script, we would make sure that we litter it with these funny situational things, or funny little lines that reference time travel stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun you can have with just someone out of his
Yeah.
time period. Like you have Isaac in the 2000s, and he's like, the same joke you're making with the car earlier. He's gonna be like, oh, you don't have you have refrigerators? You don't just have
You don't have a Frigimatron?
Cold guns.
cold guns?
I don't know.
He like picks up a fork, like,
No, but-
yes, the old relics of foodery.
I have one question though. That's a little bit conflicting. Like, is Len's is he like a joking supervillain where like he can't pay enough because he has future money and like he messes with Ricky's life, or is he like serious where he's like out to get them and steampunking all of his
I
gear?
think he's one of those villains that's less of a character and more of a plot device.
Yeah, and I'd say he's serious, but he finds himself in situations that make him look very funny.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I brought this up earlier, like Tommy Boy is a good example of this, where like occasionally the stepbrother will do like these things, like I think he tried to cut like the brake lines to a truck or something like that, and he wound up stuck in the car with like a guard dog. I might be mixing that up with Jurassic Park.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I honestly should rewatch.
I was gonna bring it up again. Or in Jumanji with the hunter, who's very serious character, but like I said, like the gun scene, very funny situations.
Yeah, no, I'm totally on board with that.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So we're at the climax. What's gonna happen? How's it gonna resolve?
Matt, what do you think?
I know that in a lot of time travel movies, there's always this like revelation where something always overlaps, and like, oh, remember that one thing in Act 1 where that insignificant thing happened? That was actually really important. So
that's good. All right, what insignificant thing in Act 1 did we say that we can now make important?
To get a cup of coffee.
I was gonna say, what about before that in the future? Like maybe this fight scene in the future could take place in one of those crazy buildings, like the office building that we mentioned earlier.
Wait a minute. What if somebody? I mean, like, if the coffee machine is like public, can't everybody drink from it?
Sequel idea. There was a whole other thing. Going on during this whole thing.
Yeah. At the end, they go back to the present and they just see all these other like trios of people running around.
I just wanted my coffee.
No, it's you have an old West guy, a guy from the future, and a guy from the present, that trio fighting a future guy.
Oh my god! Wait!
The
What if this movie ended, instead of like character resolution? What if it ended with the three of them deciding that they're going to be time traveling crime fighters?
That's back to the
yeah,
Wacky.
like that's like I'm thinking like
that sounds like a YouTube series of some sort.
No, because like that, I just realized they have like the perfect formula for that kind of thing.
Right. It could be perhaps other versions of Len.
Yeah, I was just crap, you beat me to it. I was just gonna say we never specified who sent him. That could be the climax. Yeah. They find out who sent him. They're like, who's doing this anyway?
Donald Trump.
And it's oh my god! Yes.
Future Donald Trump.
But it's still him.
No, he's got like his head on a gorilla body or something, and it's really hard to tell.
Better.
Oh my god.
Same hair.
Best
like a funnier animal,
ever.
like an octopus or an ostrich or something.
No. Gorilla is perfect.
I kind of like ostrich now that you said it.
But that's not practical. He wouldn't want to be an ostrich.
Yeah, you're right. He wants to power a gorilla.
Can anyone do a Donald Trump impression?
He needs to still be wearing clothes. No.
He
He needs to still be wearing clothes, like a suit
Okay,
But he's
listen
just a
up,
gorilla.
everybody.
He's still got the suit.
I have decided I'm gonna eat this
Donald
banana.
Trump.
It's a big dummy. It's from Mexico. I hate it. It's a rapist.
I would date my daughter if
Or a
she was
banana.
also a gorilla.
Oh my god, this movie just went up like
Whoa,
five
hey,
notches.
Did you guys just hear my time machine is
Oh
starting
my
up.
god, biggest twist ever.
So yeah, he's creating all these future assassins that go back in time and are kind of trumping the technology, so to speak.
That's ironic.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. I don't do it on purpose.
He keeps
my
doing
God.
this. I
Knocking
think
out
he-
the technology so he can keep everyone under a technology umbrella where they don't.
So it's trying to prevent Ricky from ever running against him.
Yeah, so that he's trying to design the kind of timeline so that it's a world where he stays in power,
All right.
keeping in control of all the technology. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's pretty great. Like that is
Oh wait,
Yeah,
wait,
that
wait!
is solid.
I've got a final contribution here. What if Donald Trump, like every time you see him, his head is on a different animal?
No.
No. Yes.
No. The only thing
Like
I
one scene, he's an otter.
No, I don't.
I'd say
I
different.
was
time
just
Oh,
periods.
okay.
Adam, what is up
Different
with us
animals.
being on the same wavelength today? I was
I don't
just
know.
gonna say, like, if
Are
there's
you
like a flashback to like 1,000 years before that, and he's randomly like an otter,
Yeah, an otter could be on a panda.
Or a horse because it's like Wild West.
horse is definitely
Yeah.
better.
Okay, speaking of Wild West, one more thing that we should address is the conflict resolution between Jebediah and Isaac. Like, it kind of gets interrupted when Lens comes. I assume they defeat Lens, and then they encounter Trump and that big conspiracy, all the other time assassins that they set up, that they join up as a team to face off. But how does that find that?
Well,
that
Jebediah,
time,
legend
those two?
says Jebediah was kicked out of town in disgrace, never to be seen again. Maybe that's because he's now part of a
Ooh.
time-traveling, crime-fighting trio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that works great.
All right.
All right,
We did
I
it.
think
And
we
I
did
think-
it.
And they call
It's-
themselves the Morning Joes.
Oh, okay, because coffee.
We can go all day with coffee puns. Like I could roll up my sleeves and we could just
Dispensing
do this.
caffeinated time justice.
I don't.
I don't know.
Yes, name time. Well, let's do it. Name of the group. Name of the movie.
Movie's gonna
Could be
have
the
to
same.
be. See, it has to be something really wacky.
I was thinking about The Grind.
The grind.
Grind.
That's
I
not
like the
bad.
word grind. I don't like the name The Grind.
Back and grind. Back and grind.
Yeah, it could be
Like-
grind.
Grind machine.
Back and grind.
Not
Grind
grind
machine's
machine.
Machine.
Literally anything.
Time grinder.
Time grinder.
No.
Dude, that's actually great.
Brew. Can there
Wait,
be
no,
brew?
hang on, no,
brew
not grinder.
something? Something with
That's-
brewing. I think.
Yeah, brew could be a good way to go with it.
It's definitely got to be coffee. Like that's got to be in the name.
Back to the brew.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, that's definitely it. Decaf. To the
That was
future.
worse than mine. I'm impressed.
I'm thinking
Uh,
Time Grinder's pretty good.
That sounds.
it's got grinder in it though, and that's a little.
That's not the kind of movie that you can like take. It's not the same movie that we're writing here. Is Time Grinders?
Yes, he's right. He's right. What besides grind? What we've got? We've got brew was one of them. Could be a
Look,
cup,
guys, we're overthinking
latte.
this. Like,
See
do you think
latte.
they put a lot of effort into Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, or like in terms of the title? No. Or
No,
like, what
but
about Hot Tub Time
they-
Machine?
and
The
neither
lowest
did-
Yeah,
ever
but like when
title
you
for a
when you
movie
hear the
I was about
name
to
ever
say.
made.
when you hear the name Hot Tub Time Machine, you get excited.
Yeah.
Like that's a great.
Oh,
name.
wait a minute,
Like,
wait.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna undercut my own idea here. Latte looks like the word late.
Yeah, Matthew was putting that together a few seconds ago.
I just said see you latte, but it was
See you latte.
Well,
but
darn,
you're
I guess
almost
that's
there.
it. I'm voting for See You Latte.
It's weird because we've all just jumped on each other's pages.
Yeah.
In this
Yeah.
episode, we keep syncing.
Let's see. Oh wait, time sync. No, it's nothing.
Yeah, Matthew, what's one of those places that you go to get coffee? Cafe?
Yeah, like Starbucks. I don't know. Like
Cafe, latte, frappuccino,
trio, Frappuccino trio.
Frappatrio. What are you guys doing over there? What? You don't judge us. Throw something our way. Come on. Frappatrio. You can't top that.
CU latte is already better.
I'm thinking of I'm thinking more like faculty room, something that has to do with like where the coffee machine is in the office, because that's kind of like the hook for the whole movie is like
Break room?
like break room.
Break room.
Break room, break time. Break time.
A break in room time.
You get the coffee. Coffee comes from cocoa, kaku.
You're thinking of
Yes, the kaku tree.
ugh.
If I drank coffee, I would know.
You don't
these
drink
answers.
coffee?
Why don't guys, Andrew's right. We're overthinking this.
No.
Why don't we just call
Yes.
the movie Coffee Time?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Coffee
That's
time.
great.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Victor's
Just right to the
reclaimed the
point.
title
Bill
of
Ted's Excellent Adventure, coffee
Victor's
time.
reclaimed the title of title guy.
I am back. Yes.
In the future, Victor's body will be on a hippopotamus.
Oh.
Head on the hippopotamus.
Could it be
body.
on the? Can it be on the
Understood.
body of Tony the Rhino from episode 3?
No. Tony will live forever because of the power of love.
Because he'll have my
Yeah.
head.
Yeah.
Did you say the power of love?
I accidentally did. Go for it.
Oh no! All right.
All right. Well, I think that concludes our
Oh,
episode.
plug time. Wait a second. Everybody wait.
Yes.
Okay, no time traveling Andrew came that time.
All right, good.
Okay. Good. Cool. So thank you for listening to GenreBot. If you like what you heard, leave us a good review on iTunes. We finally got that set up. Rating, review. We much appreciated. We're trying to get our name out there. You can also find us on our website, tinyurl.com/GenreBot. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, GenreBot, or you can send us an email at podcast.genrebot@gmail.com. All right. Thank you so much for
man.
joining us, Matthew.
Yeah.
No problem.
Your character really
Good
tied
job.
the whole story together.
Without me, there would be no story.
Yeah, no, it would. Imagine this without. We would have two guys in the future and one guy from the Old
Yes.
West.
We would have really written ourselves into a
Uh,
corner before we even got started.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you provided a good solid anchor. So, any closing words?
Victor, closing words?
I thought we were still talking to Matt.
Oh, okay.
No, it's over.
No, we're done with it.
Get out of here.
Right.
Okay. Actually, this is the part where we plug.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, geez.
This is Adam's
Whose
topic.
turn
We
is it?
haven't heard it yet. I'm excited.
It is. I get to announce it to all
All
of
right,
you guys.
Adam, let's hear it.
So, this genre is a little different than the other ones.
I'm already
It's all
disappointed.
about. It's
Oh, wait.
No, I would say it's different than the other one. It's a unique genre because it's like an entire pyramid. There's one really great one at the top, and everything else tries
Oh,
to beat
no.
it.
Oh, boy.
What's this going to be?
And Matthew, say what I say, okay?
Okay?
Done,
Done.
done,
Done.
done,
Done.
done,
Oh,
done,
no!
Shark
done, done,
movie!
done, done,
Ah!
done.
Shark
Shark
movie!
movie!
Hey, shark
movie!
movie! Hold on, wait, I have questions.
Shark
Does it
movie!
have to be a scary shark movie or like a sci-fi original shark movie?
Not sci-fi original yet. That's a different occasion. But we are doing a shark movie. A
Shark
movie
movie?
that
That's it?
involves
That's
sharks.
okay. All right, I'm in.
Yep. It's like basically I want to do something in the same category as Jaws.
Can
but
I just
without
say,
doing
I hope
Jaws,
this
'cause that's
doesn't
what
ruin
everyone
it.
does.
I actually already have an amazing idea for a movie about sharks, and I'm going to try and make it happen.
Great. Awesome. Just right into character, and I guess we'll see you
All right,
next
everyone.
time.
Thank you for
Or in the
Thank
thank you
future
for listening
time.
this
Or-
time.
Yeah. Guys, I really didn't like this episode. You know what I'm going to do?
What's that?
I'm going to pretend like there's a problem with the audio. And I'm going to go back in time with my time
Oh.
machine that I was starting up earlier. and go back to the beginning and do this episode over.
Oh my.
All right.
Well,
Andrew,
okay
wait.
then.
No,
Nope,
Andrew, wait.
I'm already
no,
doing it.
What are you doing?
Bye, guys. See ya.
Wait.
Forever. Later. In the time loop. Bye.